Save point. It's always nice. Okay, I don't have any kind of elemental Reaver right now. Shine light on some stuff, see what happens. Now we can get the air moving. Now we're going back up. Huh. If I go down there, then I can't get back up. Oh, shoot. I also can't turn those things on because I don't have air forge. Ah, I'm stuck. Fire over here somehow. it's going to work is if I get those other forges activated. But how do I do that? I admit I'm kind of stumped on this one. That's about how I feel right now. Doing so good too. Okay, I'm going to do something I don't think I've done yet, because I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So. Did I miss those shrines earlier, or those receptacles earlier? When I had the air Reaver and now I can't do it? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to start back, reset the puzzle. So here's these three. Okay, we got the fire. That starts everything up. We don't like that. Everything comes back down. Not everything. See? Those big tall pillars there. Nothing I can do with those. So now I come over here. Hit this. Lowers the water. Get that. Okay, now I have the air. So now we're flooding again. Still can't do anything with those. Still have the air Reaver, still can't. Even getting near those things to turn them on. Now they're coming down. And they're underwater. And the only way to bring them back. Okay, so I'm not missing anything necessarily. It's just not sure what to do. Wait, now it's pushing. Now they're all pushing air. They weren't all pushing air before, were they? No, they weren't. What if it glitched? Okay. Alright, here we go. That way. That way. Yes! Okay. It had to have glitched, right? It wasn't doing that before. Fire, baby. Kick the tires and light the fires.
I plunged the Reaver into that furnace and forged the blade with elemental fire. With the Reaver thus imbued, I was now armed to unlock the elemental barrier and rescue Janos from his executioners.
Nope. Shoot. Another technical problem. Pause for technical difficulties. Okay. Oh. And we're back. Alright, we got the Fire Reaver. We're gonna save it. I really think that was a glitch. It was just not working before. I guess that's there in case you save and then you don't have that Reaver anymore. If I remember, this is quite the sight.
Hold him! Look at his black heart. How it still beats.
That's right.
The fiend intends to bury us alive. Raziel, we must get out of here.
Remember the sword!
Forgive me. I'm sorry. I failed you.
No, Razia. Perhaps this was my true purpose. Simply to save your life this once.
While I have taken yours.
Embrace your destiny, Razia. You must reclaim the Reaver. It was forged for you and you alone. Without it, there is no hope.
As I backed away from Janos's body, I was overwhelmed by a sense of self-loathing so deep I could barely contain it. In that instant, I rejected all that I ever was, and embraced the role Janos had safeguarded for me so patiently throughout the centuries. I knew then what I had to do, the task for which I was uniquely prepared. I would pursue the Sarafan dogs to their loathsome fortress and avenge Janos Audren's murder. Mobieus would pay dearly for his treachery, and my Sarafan brethren would reap the horrors they had sown. I would retake the stolen Reaver, which was rightfully mine. And finally, when all these debts had been paid, I would reclaim Janos Audren's heart from their filthy, unworthy hands. If the heart was truly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife, its highest purpose was clear to me. I would restore the heart to Janos, and thus undo the vile crime committed by my abominable former self.
All right. What is this?
We've been expecting you, little Razia.
So, these demonic pests were not merely the product of Nosgoth's corrupted future, for here they were, hurtling back over 5 centuries to pursue me. These creatures, I suspected, were minions of the unseen forces that had hoped to control me. This was the tangible expression of their displeasure. These demons were unleashed as the penalty for my disobedience.
Yummy green soul. Who's next? Nice.
Do you really think you can save Nosgoth? Let me enlighten you, poor Raziel.
There's more.
Come to me.
Guard me, brothers!
There he is, the savior of Nosgoth.
Ugh. Ouch. Take that soul, thank you. Can I save? With all these monsters around? Apparently I can.
Return to hell!
one more. Dodge. That's a lot of soldiers. Another one. Two of them. Okay. Need to divide and conquer this a little bit.
Free your soul, demon! Free your soul, demon!
Go.
God, me brothers!
You guys are not my main targets right now. However, you are very aggravating. That's a bigger one.
Closer, Raziel.
There we go. Who are these strange monsters that keep showing up that know my name? Very strange.
You shall not pass.
Oh, great. Someone's been watching way too much Lord of the Rings. This place again. That's alright. Come on. You wanna play that way? You can play. Now, where was that portal? know what? I highly doubt that. You are welcome to try. Air shrine. That's what I want. Yeah, I'm mostly just waiting for it. They looked like they were dancing. Wonder what the old parasite will have to say now.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Cain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
Okay, never mind. Spirits, demons. It's like all Nosgoth is trying to kill me right this moment. And yet, I live. And here's the pillars in the past. I'm sure I won't leave here without something happening.
He thinks he can change his destiny. What a fool.
Okie dokie, that's a lot of them. Wait for the Reaver to calm down a little bit. That was easy. The Pillars of Nosgoth. Ooh.
Sarafan brothers, unite! Free your soul,
I can say the same to you, Sarafan. The very same.
Free your soul, demon!
keep on moving. We're getting close now to the Sarafan Stronghold.
By all that is holy!
Yeah. Trust me, there's nothing all that holy about this.
Get him!
Guard me, brothers!
Good shot, Green.
Over there!
Guard me, brothers!
Free your soul, demon!
Come here, you.
Guard me, brothers!
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen with this lake.
Guard me, brothers! Guard me, brothers!
There we go.
There's one! There's one! Seize him!
Come on. There we go. Everything kind of comes back full circle. And our little part of the drama ends where it began. In the Sarafan Stronghold.
Over there! Free your soul, demon! Return to hell!
Sarafan can definitely fight, that's for sure.
Seize him!
Return to hell! Free your soul, demon!
I grow bored. Let the Reaver do the talking.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are, finally. You have no choice but to confront me now. And I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the Circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the Time Streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Call your gods! They can feast on your corpses!
Lord Mobieus, there is trouble within. The Circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobieus?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobieus. But it's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
What powers does the physical Soul Reaver have? Raziel, I wonder. We shall soon see.
Come to take your revenge, demon?
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
These two know how to fight together, that's for sure.
Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade. I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Oh boy. It's getting real now. Not that way. Here we go. Who's next?
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed.
Right.
Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Cain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Cain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Cain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
As of now, there's nothing over there. The gravesite of William the Boy King comes in time.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Audren turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Really brings a whole new meaning to hating yourself, you know?
I renounce you.
Here it comes.
And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity.
Here it is.
I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You.
Are you enjoying this game?
Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it.
Was this your destiny for me all along?
Trust me.
I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twinned soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
What a cliffhanger. Oh, can you feel it? God, I love these games. What is gonna happen next? Oh my God. Who are the Hilden? Is Raziel truly damned to his fate? Can Nosgoth ever be freed from these strange machinations of the Elder God and Mobieus? I don't know. But sure is fun to find out. So I think, that being said, it's hard for me to not go ahead and finish this story. I thought about doing a couple other things first, but I mean that's just too good, right? I mean, it's how could you just leave that cliffhanger, you know? So yeah. Now, there are two other games in the series that both actually focus on Cain as the protagonist. The very first one which is called Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, which was for the PlayStation 1 and takes more of a top-down view, kind of Zelda-like in a way. A lot of exploration. It's a big game. It's a really good game in its own right. And then there's Blood Omen 2, which actually is supposed to take place next. And all those memories that Kain was seeing behind his eyes, that's kind of what that game explores and kind of what it explains. That story that happened prior. It's also a good game. I don't think it's not as good as, you know, Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance, in my opinion, which is the last game they did. Both are great games, lots of good backstory. The first one, honestly, better than the second one, but in my opinion. But I think I'm just gonna machete cut this thing and just go on straight to Defiance. There's really nothing. I don't think there's really anything in there that in Blood Omen 1 or 2 that you really need, that you don't get from these games. But it's been a long time since I've played them, so it'll be interesting to see if there's anything that I forget, or I'm like, they forgot to put that in there or something, so it'll be interesting. But I just remember Defiance being great. I really like Defiance. Some people didn't, or were a little lukewarm about it, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good because you kind of get it from both perspectives. You play about half of it as Raziel, and then you play about the other half as Kain, and it goes back and forth and kind of gives their different perspectives on things. It's really, I think it's really good. So anyway, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do next. We're going to finish this up with Defiance, and then if I don't get any feedback from anybody as to what to do next, then I'll just pick something else. But yeah, that's what we're doing next. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get through these credits somehow. It does not appear that I can. Mouse, enter key, spacebar. No. Okay. Well, just for the heck of it, we'll let it play through and see if there's anything on the other side. Amy Hennin. She's credited a lot for the story. I don't recall. I'm pretty sure she was involved in the first one. I know she had a really big directing hand from Soul Reaver 2 to Defiance. I think Blood Omen 2, I think, was done by a different studio. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. It was either a different studio or it was a different... It was definitely a different production team. I'm pretty sure of that part. And one of the reasons that I felt like that Blood Omen 2 wasn't as good was because they apparently were developing them at the same time, and they had they weren't working together close enough to really mesh it all together really well, and they both just had vague ideas what the other one was doing. I don't know. Okay, nothing else. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and because I really enjoyed playing it again. Yeah, let me know what you think. maybe share it around a little bit, try to get some feedback from some people. And yeah, I'm going to get Defiance going. Now, Defiance doesn't have a remastered version, so I've got it though off of GOG, goodoldgames.com, but I'm pretty sure there's like an updated high definition package and all that stuff. So I'm probably going to put in a few mods, just something to make it a little more high res and that sort of thing. Fix any bugs that are in there. I'm not going to do anything else, but I'll put a list down too when I start it up. That way you can see what I used if you want to do the same. But yeah, so hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, guys. Always try to have fun, stay frosty out there. Alright. See you next time.
Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny, what was a king to do? But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars. And so I returned to the sanctuary of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate. Impossible for any man. Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobieus, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area already.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that brood with fire, and their souls now rest.
Lord Mobius will be pleased.
It was time for Mobieus to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood.